enough council people there?
We should, yeah.
We do. You've got me and Patrick with you.
That's all we need.
I'm sorry. Who do we have right now? Is this Joey?
No, you've got Patrick, Terry, and you.
Patrick, Terry, and me. Okay, that's quorum, man.
We'll take 3.
When Randy's ready, let me know.
Well,
Yeah, are you ready? I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
I don't think anybody's talking yet.
Okay.
Is everything all right, Randy?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, Randy? Hello, Randy? Randy, I can't hear you.
I can't either. Randy might be having trouble. I don't.
Okay. Randy? Let me know if Randy's there.
well, hell.
Hello?
That you, Randy? I hear you.
Is this Randy? Can't hear anybody.
Boy, we're getting better at this all the time.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. We got everybody.
There's Randy.
There's
Randy,
Joey.
are you there? Okay. We have Pat.
Yep.
I'm here, Pat. Okay. And Terry, you're there?
Yep. Yes, sir.
And we got Patrick and Terry and Joey.
And you got
I
me
don't.
too.
I'm sorry, who?
This is Randy.
Okay, Randy. Okay, we got a quorum. Can you hear me? I'll call the meeting to order. Okay, you ready? The meeting is, Randy, I'll call the meeting to order. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay. We got a quorum. I think it's kind of hard. Do you have any minutes that need to be approved?
I got a copy.
Okay.
Everything's good.
If everyone wouldn't mind muting their microphone and back.
What? Terrible.
Joey, what are you doing?
I don't know if everybody wants to try muting their microphone, if that'll help us out a little bit, but unmute it when you want to make a motion or vote, but keep them shut down.
Randy, I went ahead and muted you, Randy. I think that was going on with your phone. I don't know what the issue was there.
So we're good now?
That's Randy's.
Yeah, every time I unmute you, Randy, it's getting that feedback. Maybe just I'm gonna try to kick you out, and then try to call back in, and we'll be waiting for you here.
Sort of like a Pink Floyd concert. My gosh.
All right, hopefully he's able to call back in here.
Hey, Randy, this is John. Can you hear me?
Randy was having some audio issues. We're gonna wait for him to call
Okay.
back in here. Or
Okay. All right.
we could probably go
I'll
ahead
just
and get through the opening statement, and I can go through the Title VI statement if you guys want to go ahead and get that out of the way.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
We go ahead. Okay, we'll call the meeting to order, and let's go ahead and do that then. If we've got council people there.
I'm back on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
All right, do you have a
do the
minute?
minutes?
We need to. Yeah. You want to? Do we have? You have the minutes we want to call? You want to approve the minutes?
Yeah, that would be the thing to do.
All right. What council people we have? Pat
Yep.
and Terry.
Yep. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from last month.
Okay, we have a second. Who is that? Who said that?
That was Terry.
Do we have a second? Second for that?
I second it.
Who's that? Joey?
Patrick.
Who?
Pat Swing.
Oh, Pat. Okay. All right. If there's not any questions or comments concerning the minutes, do we have a motion to approve them?
You got a first and second, John.
Okay. Are there any other questions? All those to approve the minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
One. Aye. Okay. Minutes been
You're
approved. Randy, let's go with you. This is getting too complicated here with you.
You want to do the claims?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
We have a
Deirdre
motion to
had sent
approve
them
the
out.
claims. Huh?
I think somebody motioned to pay them.
All right, do we have a second to approve the claims?
I'll second if we've got a first. I got my copy
Okay.
from Deirdre.
Okay. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye to the claims.
Aye to the claim.
I got one. Who else?
You got both of
Who
us.
else? Okay.
Okay.
Claims have been approved. Okay, Randy, go ahead.
Okay. I think Derek had on there, the first item was approving invoice number 6 for ESG on the meter project, $221,127.34. We're working out all the differences. We also have an invoice number 7 pending, $196,594.02. Benny, is he on here? do you want to pay them both, or how do you want to do this?
If Randy, you've looked at them and you agree to them, I think we're okay to go ahead and pay both of them.
I just
Well,
get a
this
motion
will
to
take
approve.
us up to the end of April. And at this point, if you pay them both, we will have $236,944 left over, of which there's $66,480 in water material, and just right about $19,973 in water labor, and the gas material $35,980, and then gas labor $114,548. So I know they put in a lot of the modules, but there should be very minimal material bill, and that's one of the sticking points, is that they can't do the installation. So we're going to have some kind of settlement on this next one, as well as we've got pending $25,000 in repairs on the water meters that I gave Derek our input, and that'll come up in the final settlement. So, because there's roughly about 5,000 of that that they're disputing. So I told Derek, I said, in my opinion, we ought to make a settlement 50-50 and let it go with that. And so we'll talk more about that with them here coming up at the meetings. But these two invoices, like I say, they're pending. The guys started out reading today. They read, it's not going as fast, but what they did read today, they had a fairly good success rate, and they won't know until they download it into the computer the location of the ones that didn't read. And because there's some of the meters that are inside still, a handful, probably less than 24 on water. And then, of course, there's about 236 of the residential meters that they couldn't change because they have to be changed out because of the age of the meter. So, like I say, the next settlement will be the one that's going to be hard pressed, and there's 236,944 after these two invoices. So my recommendation is to go ahead and pay them, because I don't know what we would hold it on. The material is here, and what has been installed has, been installed, and so.
Well, Randy, what amount are we talking about needs to be approved? The 236,000?
Well, you got two of them, John. Number 6 is $221,127. And then you got number 7, which that took you up to the end of April, and that's $196,594.02. Now, Benny is, I think you sent me number 7, Benny. So are you in agreement with those two amounts?
Yes, those are the two amounts that tie to those pay applications.
So what we're looking at, $418,272 roughly. Is that the amount that we have to approve?
Yeah. Right, for two invoices, March and April.
All right, let's have a motion then to approve those if that's what you want. Do we have a motion to approve that 418,000? I didn't hear that.
He asked for a motion to approve them.
Yes.
So my understanding is right, though, once we get them paid and we're up current through April, though, the next one of these change orders is when the rubber's going to hit the road as far as seeing who's giving what back in concessions for either them not being able to provide the staffing to switch out the gas meters, that they're going to give us some relief on that since we'll have to make other arrangement.
I would think so.
I can talk on this
Hey,
a little
Benny?
bit if you'd like.
Hey, Benny, do we have any problems with this 418,000?
I don't think so, John. It's,
No, not. I mean, as long as the work's been done, I think we're okay to go ahead and pay them for the work that they've done so far.
Well, we want to pay this whole amount, don't we? This $418,272 roughly.
that's 2 invoices, 6
Right.
and 7.
Yeah.
That's where we are right now.
Okay.
Yes, that's what you owe right now.
Was there any question that anybody, you want to pay this $418,272? If you do, make a motion to approve it.
Well, as long as we're going to have the conversation on the next invoice of them helping to give some concession back to the city on things they were coming up short with, that's fine with me to pay them for the work they've done.
Okay. Make a motion.
I just did. Does anybody want to second it?
All right. Who made the motion?
That was Terry.
Terry, you made a motion to pay it. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Who's that, Patrick or who?
Yeah.
All right, Patrick seconds that. If there are any other questions concerning them, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Who else is approved? Everybody else, come on. I can't hear you.
Aye.
That's all of us.
Okay. All right. Okay. The motion has been
Okay,
approved.
let's move on to the water tank. We have the first invoice. As you know, I told you last week at the council meeting that they said the floor, they want to do some spot repairs, and they feel that it doesn't need replaced. They're going to put a 30-year epoxy on it, which will take it to 100 years out. So at this point, we're looking at the original bid of $128,800 or $126,875, and what we're going to do for another $42,500 on a change order, we're going to coat the outside with that same product, which will get us on the outside 25 to 30 years. So we're looking at a total of the project of being $169,375, which is roughly, we're I think 40,000 under what if we would have had to replace the bottom and do the inside of the tank. But this invoice, number one, is $42,612.96. So we need a motion to pay that.
I'll make a motion to pay it.
What are you paying? What amount? $169,375 or what, Randy? Is that the
No, we're
figure?
paying
40.
I can't hear. What is it?
$42,612.96.
I can't hear that. Say it again, please.
$42,612.
$42,000.
$612.
Okay, we have a motion to approve that. Is there a second?
Where you at, Terry?
Okay, Patrick, you made a motion.
Second.
Who seconded?
Terry did. Patrick made a motion. I second his motion.
Okay, we have a motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. Okay, we get enough ayes there. Randy, I can't hear it.
Yes, you're good. And
Okay.
I will go ahead and sign the change order to paint the outside. Right now, the anticipated finish date is June 26th. So we'll be done ahead of the mid-July date if the bottom would have had to been replaced. So that's where we're at with the tank. And the next thing I have is a bond payment. It's the last payment on the 1996 sewers, which was on Woodlawn and Ridge in that area. And this money is what's actually being held by the state revolving fund in the Bank of New York. And I talked to Patrick Callahan, and he says that we definitely, the state revolving fund should release those monies. And he said, we don't want to use our money because they might then hold on to it. And he said, so in working this out with Benny, Pat Callahan's going to represent us and get the different parties together to get this. There's an interest paid in June for like $3,500, and then in December will be the final payment. It's right around $105,000, and that bond issue will be paid. So at that point, another thing that will be coming before Mayor Drury and Derek is AEP is running a conduit to the gas plant from Madison, Indiana. And they want to come down Indiana Avenue and go under the railroad tracks. And then they want to go past Paul Rowe's office and back up onto the field and then follow the state highway right away through town. But they need permission from the city. So I've advised them about our utilities there, and they say that they will go 15 foot deep to avoid any conflict. But I told them, I said, you'll have to make a formal appeal to the mayor and to Derek and do the paperwork, and that's up to them to furnish at this point. The next thing, the
Randy,
master plan.
Randy?
Yes.
What about, is there going to be any problem with approval from the railroad going to their tracks with this?
That's their problem. That ain't ours. They have to get a permit from the railroad. So that doesn't involve us. That's their problem. So anyway, like I say, my concern was that the 12-inch sewer that was put in out in that area coming from the lift station by the store and lock, and it comes down Indiana and down railroad, and they have to verify the depth and make sure that they don't do any damage to it. And so that'll be up to their contractors to figure out how they're going to do that. And then when they get on the Forest, I think that runs from Stedman's up to Paul Rowe, they also, same thing, they'll have to verify that they're not going to harm any of the existing utilities. If they make any street cuts to dig up and verify depths, that'll be handled by what Mark and Derek make them post a bond to go through there. So for calling for restoration. So the next thing would be the master plan, which was approved, and everything has been signed and started. And GRW was here last week when they went in the tank, and we downloaded a lot of information onto them. So that process is going. And the Duke gas plant people were here drilled some new boreholes, and they collected data in there. And I told them, I said, we're not going to let you do anything to the building until you have a workable agreement with the city on how the building will be replaced. And I guess that will be the next stage. And they'll approach, I think, Mark, when they get the Duke, they got a Duke person that is responsible for community relations with municipalities, and it'll go through them. So right now, this group that came in, they were a lot better than the ones that's been here in the past, and they cleaned up their stuff and did a lot better job than what the last crew did. So let's see. I wanted to report. Let's see. I need an approval to correct a billing error, and we're doing it as an adjustment, and has to do with the new meters going in, and an inaccurate reading was put in. The people did have a leak, but it was nowhere near as bad as because when the new meter went in at 0, it went to 59,500, but it also added back to the index of the old meter that was taken out, which gave them a usage of 171,100. Now, the actual leak they had would have been probably about 50,000 gallon, but to get this off of our billing records, we need to adjust off 187,400 gallons of sewer for a cost of $1,198.46 on sewer. And Benny, I will forward those amounts to you. Like say, they were entered incorrectly, and since it's such a large amount, I just wanted, noted that this is why it was done, because of the billing snafu. Like say, the leak would have actually only been right around 50 to 51,000, and they did give us proof with a paid receipt that it was repaired for running flush valve on a commode, and it was at it's an apartment on, here it is, 102 Aspen Ridge, and the girl's name is Kristen Garrett. So I need that approved to just make that correction in the books.
Okay, Randy, to correct the billing area, how much is it for the Garrett?
$1,198.46.
$1,198, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Okay,
Yeah,
motion approved. Is there a second?
Yep, John, I'll second.
All right, we have a motion approved and second. If there aren't any other comments, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay.
Okay.
Randy, the
Then I
correction for the bill
can
area.
report that in April, we had 5 charge-offs for a total of $536.27. 2 of them were deceased. In May, we had 1 for $31. And then in April, we sent 15 people to collections for a total of $3,020. And then we sent 2 in May for $443.47. And then, let's see, I also wanted to report on our aged trial balance. Our customers are doing very, very well. When this started, 90 days out in February after the billing, we had an outstanding total of $13,212. So at the end of March, that total went to $13,606. And then in April, it's down to $12,446. Now, the one that did notice a swelling is the one that's 31 to 60 days, which is at $15,600. And by comparison, for the 2 months before that, averaged right around $4,500. So, in effect, we could be looking at about $10,000 to pass on there. But at this point, the customers are doing very good and keeping up with their bills. I'm sure a lot of them are the regulars that we deal with. So we're not throwing up the red flag yet. So I don't have anything else except I think we should note, unless you already did this, that pass our condolences to Derek. I think that's his grandfather that's in the obituary from on Eagle. Mr. Walker from Milan, is it, Derek?
Yeah, that's correct. Thank you, Randy.
Okay.
Hey, I'm sure sorry to hear that, Derek.
Yeah, thank you all.
So, Derek, did you have anything to add to the minutes, or?
No, I did notice I didn't pass around the correct agreement, which we had been working on with ESG. For those of you with video, I do have that shared right now. I can go ahead and pass it along. The biggest thing that to mention right now that we're still in discussion about is the gas meter installs and kind of how we're going to go about correcting that issue with being properly certified. And then also, the claim filed against the city with the little girl. And then, as Randy mentioned, there was $20,000, $25,000 costs incurred from the utility department, which we're hoping we can get that deducted, at the end here, to at least help out, in that regard. But other than that, that's all I have.
Randy, Derek, did I have that right? That was your father that died?
No, I was actually, that was my grandfather, yeah.
Your grandfather? Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear about it.
Thank you, John.
Randy?
Yeah.
I'm, what was that? What did you want to approve on? You had something you wanted to be approved. What amount of money was that on? Wasn't the bond payment or anything like that, was it? I missed
No,
that.
I just wanted to let you know that we got Pat Callahan doing that research on that and trying to get that money out of the bond bank. So that he said that they might squawk out at that and not want to let us have it, but he said they have no grounds to do that because that loan was through the Indiana Bond Bank, and in 2006 we borrowed the $4 million from the state revolving fund. Well, they demanded that they hold the debt service reserve, which is right around 110,000 or so, and basically that's your last payment of the bond, which is this year. You have interest, which is paid in June, and then you have principal and interest, which is paid in December. And then, like say, at that point, that bond with the Indiana Bond Bank will be satisfied. So
that's 105,000.
Yes.
Is that right? 105,000.
Right. That money, it goes through U.S. Bank as trustee, but the money gets paid to Huntington National Bank because they're holding the bonds, and so they're the ones that, U.S. Bank, when we get the money to them, they'll send it to Huntington National. So then we're still looking at the $21,000 a month that goes toward paying off that $4 million. And I can't recall off the top of my head what the balances were after last year's payments. I know, Benny, you have to report that on Facebook, those unpaid balances. But like I say, we're up on all our payments, and like I say, the Bank of New York is holding our reserves. So, we're doing good. And that's, what we're trying to shake loose now.
Okay, sounds good, Randy. Anybody else have
Okay.
anything to say? Any other comments by anybody? Is the mayor there? Mark, are you around?
I am here, John. Thank you, gentlemen, for getting business taken care of. And hopefully we'll be back together face to face for next month's meeting.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, if there's not any other comments, do you have anything else, Randy?
Nope, that's it.
Derek, do you have anything else?
No, sir. I'd move to adjourn unless Pat's got anything to add.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
All right, the meeting is ended. Thank you, Randy.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you all.
Take care.
Bye,
Thank y'all. We'll see you.
Bye.